50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you guys celebrate. Happy holidays. Welcome into a brand new edition of the Dream Wear episode 604. Today is Friday, December 19th. We are a few days away to the best holiday in the world. Kid, windy. First, it was a hurricane in the morning. It was cold out.
Yeah, it was like summertime, springtime, pouring rain. Yeah.
And then it was like low-key nice. It was like 45, 50 out.
60. It was 51. I was in PA earlier. It was 51.
So it was nice. I was like, oh shit, I went to the gym. I was like, okay, it's nice out. And then it started torrential downpour, and I was like, that's wild. And now I came out of the shower and it's windy. I'm like, yo, this shit's bipolar out here.
What's going on? It is cold again. So it was a high of 51. Now it's going to get back to the 30s. Bundle up. Don't get sick. Still, what a game last night.
What a game.
What a game last night. Enough for now. I think you started the show perfectly with it is start of Kwanzaa today. So happy holidays to everybody, whatever you celebrate. But let's get into
What a Thursday. And honestly, I know there's one. Well, I don't count Christmas, but like there's one more after that. This was the best Thursday night of the whole year. I mean, what a fucking game. And you know what? Usually I go to sleep at half, but today was my last day. I took the whole week off next week, going down to Florida, enjoying myself. So, I was like, you know what? It's a really good game. Even though in the first half, it looked like Rams were going to run away with it. So,
yeah.
First half, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to stay up. My girl was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, you could go to sleep. Thank God I stayed up. What a game. Overtime. And it was so crazy, kid, because they came back from 16 points. We had a 2-point conversion that I'm still confused. But they explained it. I read some smarter people online. They explained it. I was like, okay, I get it. But And to be honest, it was looking like another Sam Darnold game, but it was a thriller. Seahawks come back down 16, and they scored it within like 7-8 minutes to win in overtime. They take control of the NFC West. They're the number 1 seed now with 2 weeks remaining. They might get the number 1 seed. And honestly, the 49ers were winners too last night. They needed Seahawks to win as well. All three are going to make the postseason. Real quick, Seahawks. First ever team to win in OT on a 2-point conversion. They're also the first team in NFL history to allow 450 passing yards, 200 plus receiving yards, have 0 takeaways, have 0 sacks, all in the same game, and they still won.
Yeah, I think that's the most impressive part of the victory. Matthew Stafford, not for that, I saw this earlier. To start the game, I think he was minus 300 for the MVP. Mm-hmm. During the fourth quarter, he was minus 1,600. I think as of right now, he's like minus 225.
Minus 220, yeah.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford, not for none. I think they, like you said, in the first half, they clearly looked like they was about to run away with it. Mm-hmm. Majority of the game, besides 8 minutes left, for 52 minutes of the game, the Rams looked like the better team without Devontae Adams, who happens to lead the NFL in receiving touchdowns. So to me, I think the Rams played great. I like the fact that Sean McVay came out aggressive from the gate, multiple fourth down calls, fourth down conversion. So I like the fact that he was aggressive early on, but still, Sammy D finally pulled one out of his ass. I know after the second pick, some people thought it was over. I honestly thought it was over, but it was still a lot of game left. But Sammy D needed a signature win. Even though it wasn't perfect, a win is a win. Questionable on 2-point conversion in overtime. Do I agree with the call today? Yes. When I saw it, when I watched all the highlights and replays, though, because that was way past my bedtime. I was kind of confused by it because it said first, it was down, blow the whistle, and then it said it was a backwards pass.
Yeah.
Well,
technically,
it was a backwards pass.
Yeah.
Technically, it was. But to me, I feel like as soon as it gets deflected and it hits the ground, shouldn't that be an incompletion?
Well,
not a fumble.
The thing was, they never blew the whistle. So thank God Zach Charbonnet picked it up, because if they blew the whistle, it would have the play would have been called dead.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, if he's throwing the ball, I understand it went backwards, but regardless if it got deflected, shouldn't that be an incompletion?
I think by rule, if it is a backward pass, regardless if it gets deflected, it's a live ball.
So the Rams would have picked it up and took it back as a pick six.
100%.
That's great. Well, for a strip six.
Yeah, strip six, yeah.
So, give luck. Some people say luck. Some people blame the refs. IQ, but questionable 2-point conversion, but it happened. The Rams still had to go. They could have easily just converted a fourth down conversion and iced the game. They did it, and Seahawks still had to march down the field and convert once again. So the game didn't come down to it, and not for nothing, the overtime though. Puka Nacua, 225, 12 receptions with the tutty, 2 tutties. He was special.
The first
Stafford
one,
was special.
The first one where it was a no
look.
That shit was pretty.
See, that's vintage Matthew Stafford. Like, I think that throw.
Yeah.
That throw alone probably made him minus 1,600 for MVP. But give credit to Seattle. It was an ugly win. Did Sammy D prove all the doubters wrong? Absolutely not. But he did get something off his back. Maybe not the doubters off his back, but he won his first big game.
Yeah.
So shout out Sammy D. Shout out McDonald as well.
Hell of a coach, man.
Seahawks are live for the number 1 seed in the first round bye. Wow.
Might run through
Seattle. For a little deja vu for Sammy D. He was in the same position last year.
Yeah, and they lost the last 2 games of the year. So exactly. Good
call. I hope you could revenge it now. Win out. What could I say?
Al Michaels really had not the best game calling. I mean, there were some mess ups. It was kind of late for
bro. He's old.
I know, kind of late.
He's a legend. Come on.
No,
now.
He is. He's an absolute.
Call the miracle on ice.
I know he's a legend.
Come
but
on. We're not slandering him over here, though.
No, I'm not slandering. I'm just saying. We're trying to have an honest conversation. He jinxed Harrison Mefez or whatever the kicker was. He goes, he's been
not for nothing. He was saying that the whole game. So he was saying that since they came in.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Good.
But
and shout out Rashid Shaheed, because he had not the best game, but that kick return changed everything.
Yeah, without that punt return, I think no way the Seahawks win the game without that punt return. So give credit to the defense as well, even though they did allow passing yards and the touchdowns. They played pretty well the last 2-3 series of the game to for the comeback to happen.
Yeah, because the last few possessions they got 3 or 4 3-and-outs immediately, and they were like 30 to 40 seconds, and they got to stop when they needed to, and they answered the bell. That's what I liked from Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. Now, was it the best performance? No. The little press coverage and the little drop back zone confused Sam Darnold, which worries me a little, and they still lead the league in turnovers. That worries me. And
we saw Sammy D once again take 4+ sacks from the Rams. I think he got sacked 4 or 5 times. So.
I mean, that defense is legit as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Puna Ford, Byron Young, Jared Verse, like Kobe Durant, Kobe Turner, like they got some legit guys on this defense, and I think they were scheming well too. So it was a shootout. JSN goes over, so we hit there with our prop of the week. How did you do with Kobe Parkinson?
Oh, we did. Everybody went over for the team. Not for none of that kid, Isaiah Smith.
Yeah.
He had himself a game. Humford. He had himself a game. Parkinson, I think he only had that big.
Xavier Smith.
Xavier Smith. I think he only had that big 21-yard screen catch. That's it. I'm surprised.
2 catches for 21 yards.
Yeah, it's a shame. And we got there with the minus 115, 70 with Puka
Yep.
and Jackson Smith. So that's good.
I mean, they were legit. So it was a big game, man. It really was. I liked what I saw from Kenneth Walker, and this team doesn't shy away from the run. They're down 16. This team runs the most out of any team in the NFL. And you know what? Clint Kubiak is staying true to the run. He runs it to set up more. And I loved it. I mean, it was a great comeback win. They needed this win as well. And for a guy to just get activated and catch that ball for the 2-point conversion, you had a feel for the guy. So it was a great win. We get there with Seattle, both of us on the money line. We hit our prop. You hit your same game parlay as well. Not right on the under. It was a shootout. It turned out to be a shootout.
I was on the over, but I
thought it was going to be a lower because I thought there was two good defenses, especially what we saw last time. But, hey, it's more exciting a shootout. I'm not going to lie. It's much more exciting. But, yeah, other than that, we handicapped the game really well. And
real quick, I even said if Sammy D throws 2 picks, they're going to win the game because he threw 4. The first matchup, they lost by 1. Yeah. I said if he throws 2, they lock him in.
Yeah, Seattle now has a 52% chance to end the season with the number 1 overall seed. Damn. What a game. They need to win out. Rams need to lose, or I think 49ers need to lose. I don't know the whole scenarios, but just continue to win. And real quick, before we get to week 16, you hinted at this last week. You were just a day early, but Jaguars reached an agreement with Jacoby Myers, 3 years, $60 million. They locked him up before he could become a free agent. The deal does include $40 million guaranteed. Jags are 5-1 since trading for him, and I think this is a great side for both sides.
Yeah, I said it. I saw it, a couple of weeks ago. I was like, even though the numbers haven't really been impactful, he's honestly been a X factor for the team. Just because, we saw what Brian Thomas Jr. did last year. This year, I'm gonna be honest, he hasn't been the same. And I think they're missing Evan Ingram a little bit, Travis Hunter being out, and now we got a true vet who's been there and done that, was able to fit into the role right away. And like you said, the team is 5-1 since requiring him, so clearly he's working. I think Jacoby Myers is exactly what the Jacksonville Jaguars needed. You got 2 young guys in Brian Thomason Jr. and Travis Hunter. He could mentor them. He could be the lead guy in the locker room and in the wide receiver room. And not for nothing, though, he still got a lot of gas in the tank. And I think for the contract, you can make a case he's a hell of a deal at $20 million a year. And most of the money is in that guaranteed signing building. So shout out Jacoby Myers, and not for that, shout out Jacksonville Jaguars, because I think if he would have hit the open market, I think another team out there would have definitely give him a little more money.
Oh, he would definitely be a top free agent this offseason. So they locked him up. They didn't even let him get to free agency. So it tells you how much they value him and the connection him and Trevor Lawrence have. And like I said, 5-1 since coming over. His numbers aren't astronomical, but Trevor Lawrence trusts him, and they're winning with him. It says it all. All right, kid, before we get to week 16, I'll tell you about Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market. Hands down, there's no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World's Favorite Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavored tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching NFL Sunday, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid, we got to set our alarms. We got Saturday football this week. I love it. I absolutely love it. Saturday, we will start in Maryland, the Washington Redskins hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles laying 7 here on the road, minus 340 on the money line, plus 275 for the Redskins. Total is at 44.5. Obviously, Jaden Daniels out remainder of the year. Jalen Carter looks like he will be out as well. It is a high number, laying 7 on the road, divisional opponent. But I just feel like the Eagles should take care of business here. Redskins, they don't really guard the tight end well, so maybe a big Dallas Goedert game. Stay tuned for the prop segment. But I just think this defensive line is going to get home and cause a lot of havoc here against Marcus Mariota. The offensive line is not good. Maybe a reason as to why Jalen Daniels isn't playing, but the Redskins are struggling to score points. They just beat the Giants. The Giants are arguably the worst team in the league. So I know it's a divisional game, but I just don't think Washington is good enough to keep this close. I think it's a good teaser spot, but I'm going to lay the points here with the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't really love laying 7. Honestly, more than 6 on the road with anybody. But we just saw the Philadelphia Eagles beat another bad team last week. The Raiders, what was it, 27-0? I expect a closer game than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Eagles, hang 24-27. Marcus Mariota is able to get, I'm gonna say 13, maybe 17 on that defense. Who knows? I'm gonna say 17-27. The Eagles covered though.
Yeah.
Eagles cover.
All right, let's go to the next Saturday game. What a game this is going to be. Strap in. I know we got college football playoffs we'll talk about, but this game should be on the main screen. Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers. Bears favorite, -1.5, -124 on the money line, +106 for the Packers. Total is 46.5. Packers are on a back-to-back road spot here. Obviously, Micah Parsons out. It's a huge game for both clubs. Packers, they're really banged up, though. It was a big game against Denver last week, but they got banged up. The offensive line is hurt. Watson is practicing, but he's dealing with an injury. And on offense, and on defense, I think it's just hard to replace a guy like Micah Parsons and what he brings. And let's not forget, 2 weeks ago when Green Bay and Chicago were playing, when Green Bay was healthy, this was a really close game. Now dealing with all the injury, I think Ben Johnson is going to look at what Sean Payton did, and he called a masterclass last week, Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is also going to be able to scheme up some things against this defense and kind of do the same thing that Sean Payton was able to do. And to be honest, before the injuries, it was -3 for Green Bay. Now -1. To be honest, I kind of agree with the market. I was trying to find a way to take Green Bay, but I'm on the Bears here. I think this is a revenge spot. I think it's another close game. I'm going to trust Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams here. I'm going to take the Bears on the money line. I think they're the right side.
Dale, I love that you ended with you think the Bears are the right side. Give me the Bears. And one of the main reasons why I'm going to take the Bears tomorrow is because Micah Parsons has been dominant all season long. I think he had, 13 sacks, countless quarterback
pressures are insane.
The pressures are insane.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how the defense looks, especially that front 7, how much pressure they get at a consistent level. Because with Micah Parsons, he was damn near involved in every single pass play, or he freed up somebody because he was getting constantly double teamed. Now you don't need to worry about doubling Micah Parsons, so now that's going to be advantage Chicago most likely in the offensive line. So I want to see how Green Bay defense react, because it was no doubt there was a top 10 defense, especially the last 4 weeks looking like a top 5 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to see it without Micah Parsons there. So I'm going to go with Chicago here. I think, like you said a couple of weeks ago, it was a good matchup. The Packers are rolling. Jordan Love was playing at a high level. I think Caleb Williams, this is a couple games now without Roma Doomsday. I think they could establish, something with the running game, get DJ more involved early and often. We see the emergence of Loveland. Luther the third is out as well. So it's going to be interesting who steps up on the outside side next to DJ Moore and Loveland. But I think Chicago got this one in the bag just because, like I said, uncertainties with the Packers defense at this moment. Give me the Chicago Bears. I'll take the money line. I'll lay the 1.5. I think they win by a field goal.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think it was I think Roma Dunze, from what I've heard from Chicago beat writers, looks like he might miss the next few weeks up into the playoffs. So they're trying to get him healthy. Luther Burton, the third, he's out too. I think it could be a big Colston Loveland game. I truly do. So we'll see. We're both on the Bears here. Let's go to Sunday. 1 o'clock slate. We have 7 games in the 1 o'clock slate, and we have 4 games in the 4 o'clock slate. And we will
love it.
Yeah, I do like it. I think it's good as well. Let's head to Dallas. The Cowboys hosting I almost said San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers. Cowboys laying 2.5 here at home, minus 134 on the money line, plus 114 for the Chargers. Total is 49.5. Elvis, the Cowboys are in the hunt. Technically, they still have a chance. They need to win out, and the Eagles need to lose every game. But technically, they're not eliminated just yet. But LA's offensive line, they're banged up. Lucky for the Chargers, the Cowboys don't have a pass rush. They weren't able to get to JJ last week. He carved them up. And I just don't think they're going to be able to get to Justin Herbert either. I also think the Chargers have the better defense. Back-to-back solid weeks for that defense against the Eagles and the Chiefs, forcing turnovers. And Justin Herbert is good as a dog. 13-6 ATS as a dog in his career. I don't trust the Cowboys or that secondary. Bland's dealing with an injury as well. So give me the Chargers plus 2.5. And I think they're live on the money line as well.
Still, before the show, you said we was going to disagree a lot. Still, I'm on the Chargers.
Wow.
One thing I am. Yeah. One thing I'm worried about is though, realistically, if it's in a shootout, I think it's going to be hard for the Chargers to outgun Dak Prescott in that offense. If it's a more of a defensive battle like we saw in these recent weeks when they're running the ball, Justin Herbert does a little bit of magic, but the defense really got the game under control. I love the Chargers in this spot, but if you're telling me, Justin Herbert has to go out there and throw for 350, 3 tutties, and outgun Dak Prescott, CD and company, I think that's just a tough game to win at Dallas. But I'm all over the Chargers here just because I love what I saw last week. I think defensively they're much better. And like you said, that we just saw, I'm not going to say he torched them, but J.J. McCarthy walked in to Dallas in prime time and had his best game of the season. I'd be damned if Justin Herbert doesn't have even a better game, honestly. So the only thing I'm concerned about is a high-scoring shootout game. Can they outlast the Dallas Cowboys? That's a question. But if it's a nip and tuck defensive battle, what I expected, maybe not Cowboys being a defensive battle, but low-scoring game, I think Justin Herbert could do more than enough to take care of business. Give me the plus 2.5, and I agree with Dylan. Might be the dog of the day.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't think the Chargers offense is built for a shootout. I really don't.
It's especially not for them. It's Jerry World. You don't want to go in a shootout. It's one thing you could go in there, win a couple games, no problem. But get that crowd going. Dak Prescott's out there lighting it up. CD's over 100 yards. George Pickens over 100 yards. It's a lot to overcome.
George Pickens is due for a big game.
Exactly.
Will he do it against this
on
defense?
That defense?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, we'll see. Let's go in our backyard. Let's go to New Jersey. I almost said New York. The Giants hosting, we just spoke of them, J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. Minus 2.5. Vikings laying here at MetLife, minus 144 on the money line. Giants plus 122. Total is 43.5. Kid, I'll just say it might be my lock. I love the Vikings here. Vikings are great at stopping the run. Brian Flores, revenge spot. And I just think he's going to dice him up here. And I'm starting to believe, I don't want to be that guy. I'm starting to believe maybe Jackson Dart isn't the guy. It's a tough conversation I've been having inside my brain, like while I'm working. Like, is Jackson Dart the guy? Like, if you're sitting there at 1, are you not going to take the 6'5.5", 225 Fernando Mendoza, who's smart and is going to slide? Now, I know we're like, oh, we love the big hits and we love that Jackson Dart is playing like that backyard football, but like he's not going to have a long career if he keeps doing that.
Nah, I agree. I agree with that point, Dill. If you happen to have the first overall pick, I think you have to trade Jackson Dart instead of trading away the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart, we see the potential, but Mendoza's, I'll be honest, he's looking more of a franchise caliber guy than Dart is at the moment.
At the moment. So
at the moment, I could be wrong 2 years from now.
I could be
but
wrong.
Right now, I think Mendoza could have a 10-year career. At this rate, the way Jackson Dart, I don't think he's going 10. That's all. The talent level is there.
100%.
We're not questioning his talent.
His will.
or his will.
No,
or his heart.
We're not questioning none of
those things. The NFL is a tough league. That's all I'm gonna say. So
and it's not college. You're not gonna outrun every lineman that you did in Ole Miss. So
and not for nothing, in college, being 6'4", 220, that was an advantage. In the NFL,
you're small.
That's average.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, I know you said, "Hey, I might be wrong." You were wrong about JJ. He's looked good in 2 starts in prime time. No one's talking about it. I will shed light on JJ, but to be honest, all seriousness, the Giants stink. They're going to be able to stop the run, the Vikings. JJ's going to torch them up and down the field. I expect a big game from JJ, Justin Jefferson, that is, because we highlighted it's been a bad month, I would say. Last 4 games for
his over-unders at 55.5.
Torch that.
Any time in recent history, that will be the lock of the week for Justin Jefferson. But as of late, I think his highest game last 5 games is 48 yards.
I think he has a better connection right now with Jalen Naylor. But it could change. It could change. But
and Addison too, not for nothing.
I'm laying it. I'll lay the 2.5 with the Vikings.
I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna say we differ here, but the Minnesota Vikings should take care of business. Would I be shocked if the Giants win this game? No. I wouldn't be. But like I said, I expected the Vikings to take care of business. Give me the under 43.5.
Total.
That's where I'm gonna go. Like you said, I think Brian Flores in that defense could work some magic. I think they could get after the young rookie quarterback. I think they could force him to some tough throws, maybe a turnover or 2. And people, if you listen to the show, you know how I feel about JJ McCarthy. He did show up on prime time against the Dallas Cowboys. Credit to him. I don't expect the same type of performance back-to-back weeks, especially back-to-back road games. So I do think JJ walks out with a victory. I don't expect him to light it up. Give me the under 43.5.
Yeah, you just can't trust the Giants right now. They're broken right now. So. And I don't think Mike Kafka's a good coach, if I'm being honest, but that's just me. All right, let's go to Cleveland Browns. Home puppies getting double digits here at home, plus 10.5 against the Bills.
Crazy.
Minus 654 Buffalo, plus 484 Shador. Total is 41.5. This is the sack record game for Myles Garrett. And Elvis, you and I, what do we say from week 1? We like to play Cleveland at home. And I think this is a great spot for them, even though they are injured. And, I'm not a Shador fan. I don't really want to back him, but I think this could be a good spot for them, catching double digits where the Bills just came back in a thriller of a game against your Patriots. They also have the Eagles on deck. So this is a classic look-ahead spot for them. And the Browns are just going to keep this game close. Since 2020, the Browns are 13-6. Straight up versus teams over 500 at home. Give me Browns plus 10.5. They're live on the money line too.
Oh my God. First of all, Dill, I love where you're going.
And I don't like Shador. Not as a human, but like as a player.
Yeah. As an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Because as a quarterback in Colorado, you was a huge fan.
Because I bought into the hype, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I love where he was going there, but I'm gonna just add a spin to it, though. The reason why you should like the Cleveland Browns is, besides last week against the New England Patriots. Even though they were down 21-0, still we saw the Buffalo Bills go into Miami and lose, go into Carolina and lose, go into Houston, even though it's more respectable now, especially right now, go into Houston and lose.
Yeah.
Still, we saw this team multiple times this season.
Even the Saints kept it close.
What?
Even the Saints kept it close against Buffalo.
Even the Saints kept it close in Buffalo. So I wouldn't be shocked at all. If you would have just came out with that, I'd be like, yeah, Dylan's right on the money. It's not more, do I trust Cleveland? Do I like Cleveland? It's more as, can Buffalo, get over this hump of winning these games on the road and then also covering the spread? Because he wasn't able to cover, I think, a 7.5-point favorite against Houston with David Mills. 9.5-point favorites. I think 10.5-point favorites against Carolina. You lost that. And then you were 8.5-point favorites against Miami. You lost that game. All 3 games outright, more than a touchdown favorite. Now you're more than a touchdown favorite again on the road. I'm with Dylan here. Give me the plus 10.5. I think you got to at least show. I understand an impressive game last week. I'm a Patriots fan. Look, I know they just came back from 21-0, but you got to at least show you're not just able to win these games on the road. You got to also cover these games on the road. Give me the 10.5 with the Cleveland Browns.
I love it. Let's fucking go. We're riding with the Browns, baby. Let's go to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints laying 5.5. Oh my God. Minus 270 on the money line.
It's 6.5.
Well, the blue book that I'm on, it's 5.
I'm just letting you know. Money's coming in on New Orleans.
Plus 220 for the Jets. Total is 40.5. Jets, excuse me, on a back-to-back road spot. They fired Steve Wilkes. Thank God. They fired. The defense was terrible. Hopefully, they get that boost from the new DC, but everything that I'm reading on Twitter from Saints beat reporters and journalists, they're extremely banged up right now. I do not want to lay 5.5 with a banged up team.
6.
But I also don't want to take the Jets, who are ass. And quietly, the Saints defense has been pretty good the last month or so. They haven't allowed more than 200 passing yards in 4 straight games. It's about to be 5 because Brady Cook is ass. I think the Saints could move the ball down the field, and I'm a fan of Tyler Shuck, most winningest quarterback in the rookie class. Quietly, better than Jackson. It's a fact, and
I know,
it's disgusting, but I'll lay it here with the Saints. I cannot take the Jets.
See, it's hard to disagree with that. I tell you what, but I'm not going to say a scheme, but I have a theory in my mind. As you can see, the Jets are at 3-11. The Saints are at 4-10. There's a thing called the NFL draft still. And if there's a game to lose, to boost your spot, to possibly get the quarterback you want. Because if you think Tyler Shuck is your guy, Tyler Shuck is your guy.
He's making a case.
But we all know Saints most likely going quarterback. Who needs a quarterback?
Jets.
New York Jets. The Saints have a chance not to just set themselves up for the future, but to also delay the Jets' success. I think you lose this game. If not, like I said, it's crazy. It could be a conspiracy. It could be a theory, but I think the Saints gonna lose this game. Call me crazy. Give me the plus 6.5 with the Jets. I think the Saints are secretly like, or do we want to win this game and just fall down the draft, solidify the Jets for the top 4 pick, who we know is going to draft a quarterback ahead of us?
Yes,
I think there's a lot of thinking going on. Are the Saints sure they want to win this game? Because if you win this game, whatever quarterback you have on your board, he's out the window to the Jets and possibly another team that's going to have a worse record than you.
The one pushback I have, and we said it previous week, the Saints are trying to win games. I don't think they care about that right now.
No, I like I said, is a theory.
No, I know, and that's why I'm pushing back because they swept Carolina, who has a chance to make the playoffs. They beat Tampa. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They kept it close against Miami. They kept it close against Chicago, who's a 10-win team. They only lost by 6 points to you guys. They kept it close to Buffalo. They lost by 4 points to San Francisco, who's a playoff team. Like, this team fights. Yeah, they don't win.
Yo, I agree with you 100%, but look at the draft order, right?
Yeah. Giants won.
Giants might have their quarterback, right? Not 100% guaranteed they're going quarterback, right?
Vegas
most likely traded away. Yeah, but they might have their guy.
Yeah.
Jets need a quarterback. Arizona got Kyler Murray.
He's gone.
I know, but you got
Vegas needs a quarterback, though. And so does Cleveland.
And then you're gonna allow the Jets to also be in front of you, who needs a quarterback.
My thing, and this is when we traded Sauce away. We could still win and trade up. We have
you can, and you have 2 next year. You can.
Yeah. No, we have 3 first rounders next year. Yeah, we have 2 this year and 3 next year. You
could trade 2 first-round picks for the first overall pick.
That's if the Giants don't want to trade off, or whoever ends up getting the number 1 overall pick.
Well, you already know if it's the Raiders or the Saints. Well, not going to be the Saints. If it's going to be the Raiders, and I'm going to say Cleveland, they're going quarterback.
Yeah. Tennessee got Cam Ward, and I haven't been a Cam Ward fan, but I'll say this.
You can't go quarterback. You're going to ruin the locker room.
Yeah, that, and also, I'm not a total hater. He actually has made some throws in the recent weeks. I'm like, okay, I see some things. I'm not the biggest Cam guy, but he has made some throws. I'll say that.
Yeah, has he been the most impressive rookie? Absolutely not.
No.
Is he playing to first overall potential? No. But do we see moments where we're like, okay, get some pieces around him?
Yeah.
We see what we could do. Yes. So I feel like we, look at Bryce Young now.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe not you. I'm not sure, but I know I've been on the record saying he's a bust. I think you. I think you.
I think I've said that too.
I think multiple people have been on the record saying, Bryce Young. Maybe the Panthers need to move on for Bryce Young.
I've come around on him.
Right now, Bryce Young is as of right now, he's a division leading quarterback.
Because he took Tyrese Maxey's girl, and apparently people have said that.
Next game.
They said that. I was gonna say something real quick though.
Next game.
Wait, real quick. You were saying something.
Draft picks. That's what I was alluding to.
Oh yeah, no, not even the draft picks. Yeah, with the whole Cam Ward thing, honestly, I think you got to. I know what I was gonna say. Yeah. You got to give him a fair chance. He has no pieces around him.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some pieces around him. Give him a true running game. Give him a defense.
We saw the game he was able to win with Tony Pollard was able to give him 150 yards, put up 30.
Let's go to Bryce Young at home. This girl will definitely be in the stands for this one. Home dogs though, +3, +136 on the money line, taking on the Bucks. -162 on the money line. Total is 45.5. I guess both teams were looking ahead towards this weekend. I think it's simple. Panthers suck as a favorite, and they're good when they're a dog. And to be honest, watching the games, I still don't think Baker is right. You can't lose at home when your opponent has 19 penalties. You just can't lose those games. These are the games.
You can't get outgunned by Kirk Cousins.
I hope he gets another contract. These are the games that the Panthers show up.
He will.
6-0 ATS off of a loss. Give me the home dog. You could run on this Bucks team. Vita Vea is not right. This defense is not good. You saw what Kirk Cousins and that team was able to do. Give me the 3 with the Panthers. I think they're live too.
We agreeing a lot more than I thought, though. Give me the Carolina Panthers +3 at home. Don't get me wrong. We saw Tampa Bay's offense look pretty damn good last week at times. Bucky Irving, Rashad Wright, Tucker with the tutty, Mike Evans over 120 receiving yards. McMillan came back. Chris Godwin was able to find the end zone. The offense looked good. It looked healthy. But right now, the defense is the one that's struggling right now, and that's honestly the question mark. Like Tampa, as of recent years, has been their defense been solid. It's just can the offense outgun some of these other teams? Now, still, we saw what Kirk Cousins was able to do last week. We saw the Bucks reeling. I think they're 2-6 in their last 8 games, something like that. So the defense has been the issue as of late. It's not the offense. I understand Baker Mayfield's definitely not playing at the level he was in the beginning of the year, but we saw the offense last week. It looked live. Did it pretty damn well. I'm not really worried about the receivers. It's the defense still. Not for none. I think Carolina at least proven, especially against the Rams a couple weeks ago at home, they could win in a shootout. Bryce Young could throw multiple touchdowns. McMillan is a true number one receiver. They have two good running backs with Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. So give me the +3 with the Carolina Panthers, and I also think they're live on the money line. And I think they could possibly seal up the division with a win.
I love it. Let's fucking go. We're on the Panthers, baby. Oh, I love this. Give me the Panthers here. Let's go to Miami. Dolphins, home dogs, +4.5, +172 on the money line. Joe Burrow and the Bengals laying 4.5 here on the road, -205. Total is 47.5. And just like Zach Wilson, I am too confused why they're starting Quinn Ewers here. On a short week, I don't think that's ideal, but do you really want to lay 4.5 points with the Bengals right now? I think that's the question, but I'll do it. Joe Burrow seems pissed off, and I think he has that look in his eye where he's like, I'm going to ball out. Like, regardless, like we're not making the playoffs. Against Quinn Ewers, he stinks. I think this is a bad decision. He wasn't good enough to beat out Zach Wilson to be the backup, but it's better now to take the starting job. That don't make no sense. Mike McDonald, they're crazy. I hate this.
I agree with you, Dill, but you got to see what you have in the young guy.
Oh, you saw it in college. 7th round pick. Trash. Give me the Bengals. I'll lay the 4.5.
I'm once again surprised we're on the same side. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm seeing 3.5. I'm seeing 4s. Whatever number you can get, lay it. I think even though we saw the Cincinnati Bengals get honestly embarrassed last week, held scoreless against the Baltimore Ravens at home. I was surprised by that. So I expect them to ball out this week. I expect the offense to look live. I expect Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, all to be involved heavily. And like you said, I think Joe Burrow is due for a huge game after that embarrassing loss last week. So I expect the offense to wake up. And not for now, defensively, they've been playing decent as of late. Definitely a better defense than it was the first couple of weeks of the season, even without Trey Henderson. So I don't expect much for the rookie quarterback. We saw the Dolphins offense struggled heavily last week in Pittsburgh. I understand it was freezing temperatures, but that's not the best excuse. And most of the points and yards came from Darren Waller in the fourth quarter in garbage time. So if Tua and that offense couldn't really do much against Pittsburgh defense, I really don't expect much from a rookie quarterback making his debut against the Cincinnati defense. And I don't think highly of either defense. So give me the Bengals. I'm going to lay the 4 here. If it gets to 5, I'm going to lay the 5. If it gets to 6, I'm going to lay the 6. Give me the Bengals.
On a short week, too, which I think is a bad spot for the rookie. But shout out Phil in the chat. He said Zach Taylor's last season as head coach, Joe Brady becomes the new head coach. I definitely think Zach Taylor is,
what a call.
I think Zach Taylor is definitely on the hot seat. He has to be.
No, I think Zach Taylor's gone.
But I heard Joe Brady named for Michigan.
I think Joe Brady definitely deserves to be I'm not going to say he deserves, but I think he could definitely grab a head coaching job this all season. Especially, you got the reigning MVP under his belt. If they're able to I'm not saying they have to go to the Super Bowl, but let's just say the Buffalo Bills offense isn't the reason why they lost. or couldn't advance to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl. I think Joe Brady should be a candidate, maybe for the Cincinnati Bengals, just because
or the
we
Jets.
saw him. At least the Cincinnati Bengals, they're established already. You have arguably the best wide receiver in all of football. You have a top 3 quarterback in Joe Burrow. You just need to put the pieces together. You need to get the right defensive coordinator in there. You need some more defensive pieces. But the offense is already established. You just need to take it to that level. So I think Joe Brady could definitely do that. I think
he already did it in LSU. He was the quarterback coach for LSU.
With Burrow. Look at that. Shout out Phil in the chat. So I think Phil is making a great
you and
point.
Phil would get along. He's a Patriot fan.
Phil's a legend. Phil's a legend. Happy holidays to my boy Phil in the chat.
Last game on the 1:00 slate, we're going to head to Tennessee and look at Cam Ward taking on Gardner Minshew. Getting the start for the Chiefs. Chiefs laying 3 on the road, -158 on the money line, +136 for the Titans. Total is 37.5. I love Gardner Minshew. I really do. I'm not going to lie. He's getting the start for KC. And to be honest, I really wanted to lay the 3, but I hate this game. Maybe the Chiefs win, for Mahomes, but this could be a major letdown spot here for them as well. But on the other hand, you know what I said weeks and weeks ago, the Titans are still an auto fade for me. And I just don't. Patrick Mahomes was good enough to hide the problems on the offensive line. As much as I like Gardner Minshew and I think he has aura, he can't hide the problems on that offensive line. And some of his weapons are hurt as well. So if anything, I'm going to fade both offenses, and I'm going to take the under here. I'll take the under 37.5. It's disgusting. Should be a low-scoring game, but I don't trust either team. The Chiefs should win the game, but Titans could fuck around and cover this number. So, yeah, I'd take the under if anything. I hate this game, though.
I'm going to lay the 3 with the Kansas City Chiefs, and here's why, people. We know Gardner Minshew is a kind of wheeling and dealing type of quarterback. So I think he's going to be boom or bust. I think he's either going to be live for, 2 tutties, 240 passing, or he's going to, throw 2 picks and throw for about 160. I'm going to say with under Andy Reid, full week under his belt, I'm going to say he's prepared to go. We know the season's over for them. They're eliminated from playoff 10, but I don't see the Kansas City Chiefs just quitting. I don't think they're built like that. So I'm going to take Steve Spagnuolo in that defense still. I think the defense is still going to come out prepared, ready to go. Still a top 10 defense. And I think they're going to make Cam Ward look like the rookies is. And we can't deny the fact, though, you always go back to the stat. We just got to continue fading the the Tennessee Titans. Give me Gardner Minshew, the wheeling and dealing.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs -3.
I love it. All right. Let's go to the 4:00 window. We will start in Mile High. The Broncos laying 3.5 here against the Jaguars. +150 for the Jaguars. Total is 46.5. I love this game. I think this is a great 4:00 game. 2 playoff teams. You have the Denver Broncos, number 1 seed right now. Jacksonville, the number 3 seed. I think this is a great matchup. I'm going to take the +3.5 here, though, with Jacksonville. I just think the way they're playing right now offensively, yes, Bo Nix had his best game of his career last week. That's true. But I think the way the Packers were able to carve up Denver in some incidents, I think Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen will be able to do as well. And I think the offense is better for Jacksonville right now, better than Green Bay. I'm going to take Jacksonville, and I know the defense hasn't been good, but Denver has started some games slow. I do expect Denver to win at Mile High. They just don't lose at Mile High. But 3.5, I think this could be a field goal game. I'll take the hook in my pocket. Give me Jacksonville +3.5.
Yo, I'm surprised you're going with Jacksonville. I think with the Denver Broncos, they just proved to me after beating the Packers, they're just for rare at home. I given it up. the AFC has to run through Denver. I hope they lose still. I'm gonna lay the 3.5 here. I think it's just a tough spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't get me wrong, they are red hot. We just saw them, like you said, we just saw Trevor Lawrence have his best game of his career in the NFL. He hasn't had a turnover in 5 weeks. If there's a defense out there that's going to make Trevor Lawrence look like he's looked 90% of his career, it's the Denver Broncos defense at Mile High. I'm gonna lay the 3.5 here with the Denver Broncos.
Let's go to Arizona. Cardinals home dogs plus 132. Falcons minus 2.5 here on the road, minus 156 on the money line. Total 48.5. Cardinals are bad, but I can't lie. The offense has been fun. They're not winning games, but the offense has been fun. Michael Wilson's been a fucking beast for them lately, but I'm going to take the Falcons here. I think they finally found something here. Now, I know this could be a major letdown spot after Raheem Moore's biggest win of his career last week, but I think Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts has been unlocked. I mean, the relationship him and Kirk Cousins has been fantastic. I expect a shootout. I'm going to take Kirk Cousins here on the road in a dome. I think we see a lot of points here, too, so I lean over as well. I'm going to take the Falcons here, minus 2.5.
I'm gonna be honest though, it's hard to go the other way. I think Kirk Cousins in the offense, don't get me wrong. I like Jacoby Brissett, him and Michael Wilson, McBride, they have been balling. If you have them in your fantasy teams, you've definitely been eating as of late, but the Arizona Cardinals just not a good team. And which defense do I trust a little more? It's Atlanta Falcons. I think BJ Robinson, Kyle Pitts, they're just in rhythm right now. I think that them and Kirk Cousins have been playing well as of late. Defensively, I think they're a little better. And Arizona, if it's a shootout, maybe they could win it. But if Atlanta's defense shows up and locks it down just a tad, forces a turnover here or there, I think Atlanta could walk out of Arizona with possibly a touchdown, double-digit lead. So I'm with you. Give me the Atlanta Falcons minus 2.5 on the road here.
All right. Hey, we're locked up. I know I said before the show that
I know. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm
me
surprised. Kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, fuck, should I just switch it? I was like, should I tell Elvis to go first? You'll go first here. Let's go to Detroit. Ford Field. The Lions are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lions laying 6.5 here at home, minus 330 on the money line, plus 6.5 for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, plus 265. Total is 51.5. Kid, I'll let you go first. What do you got?
It's a familiar place for my man Aaron Rodgers. The Detroit Lions should win this game. I think right now they're slightly the better team. But I think a touchdown is too many points. Give me the +7 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I also think they're live here. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think the Lions will win this game. But I wouldn't be surprised we see vintage Aaron Rodgers show up at Ford Field. We've been seeing the emergence of Kenneth Gainwell with the offense. We saw DK Metcalf as his last 2-3 games waking up a little bit as well. So, and we see in Washington, Fairmouth, all the tight ends, Jonnu Smith getting more involved. The offense is looking a little better. And if TJ Watt is able to come back and make some noise, I think the Steelers are live here. Give me the +7 on the road.
I think he's still a game time decision, TJ Watt. I agree. I think it's too many points here, especially for Mike Tomlin here. I mean, after a win, I know it's usually after a loss you wind up trying to back Mike Tomlin, but on the road here, offense has been playing better with Arthur Smith there this year. I think it's too many points. I think it's a great teaser spot, though. Get them down. I think they are going to win the game. Defense has been playing well. Jared Goff has not been turning the ball over. I want to see the run game with Sonic and Knuckles with Montgomery and what's his name?
Jameer Gibbs?
Jameer Gibbs. I drew a blank.
Jameer Gibbs?
I drew a blank for a sec, but
that happens. It happens.
Yeah, I like the Lions here. I'm going to take the Steelers +6.5, but I do like the Lions to cover the teaser. Fill out a question, which I agree with. Jacoby stays with Arizona after the season. Trade Kyler. Yeah, Kyler's gone.
Yeah, I think Jacoby has at least proven the offense it flows better with him. I think they're more competitive with him, and I think most likely, I don't know personally, I feel like the locker room vibes better with Jacoby Brissett than Kyler Murray, because I think Kyler Murray, talent wise, has the potential to be a very good quarterback. I think there's no doubt about that there, but I don't think it's the right fit or situation in Arizona. Think about it. We saw Marvis Harrison Jr. with Kyle Murray. They had no type of connection. Jacoby said comes in. We saw Marvis Harrison Jr. have his highest reception game and most yards in the game. So I think
He's
Arizona,
healthy and he's not playing. That
yeah,
says it all.
yeah. So I think Kyler Murray could still be a pretty damn good quarterback in the NFL, but I just don't think he in Arizona.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I think his time's coming. And I don't think Jacoby's going to be the starter either. He's just a glorified backup. And that's no diss. I'm not trying to.
He's honestly been the best backup this season.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah, not for nothing. Bro, they've been competitive. They got some upset wins. Remember his first start against the Colts? Oh, he lit them up.
Yeah, he was. Oh, no, I'm lying. Davis Mills went undefeated, and Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah, really I apologize.
Good. Davis Mills went crazy.
But David Mills lost his job. No, I'm joking.
Unfortunately. Let's go to Houston. Texans hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, laying 14.5 here at home. Plus 750 if you're feeling frisky for the Raiders. Total is 37.5. I'll keep this one short. They're not. I'll take the Raiders team total under. They are not going to score on this team. They are really bad. Pete Carroll came out and said Geno Smith is the starter. It's an awful decision by them. I mean, it can't get worse than. I mean, what did he have last week? 65 yards. The other quarterback, I forgot his name.
Kenny Pickett, your
Kenny
boy.
Pickett. Yeah, no, that is my boy. But yeah, they're gonna dominate them. Team total under for the Raiders. This is a terrible spot.
No comment. That's what I got. No comment. I'm not gonna advise anybody to take the 14, and I'm not gonna advise nobody to lay the 14. 38 is a short number.
That's why you take the team total under for the Raiders. They're not gonna score 20 points.
Yeah, but they might score 13.
You really believe that in your heart of hearts?
I think they'll be able to get 2 field goals and a garbage time touchdown. Yes, I think they'll be able to get 2 field goals and a touchdown with less than 3 minutes left when it's 24-6. Yeah.
We'll see. Let's head to Baltimore. Sunday Night Football. You and Phil's Patriots on the road taking on the Ravens. Ravens laying 2.5. Market loves this team. Minus 158 on the money line. Plus 134 for the Patriots. Total is 48.5. I will let you lead it off, kid.
Who the hell are the Baltimore Ravens to be laying 3 at home on December, what's Sunday? The 21st, possibly, week 16. Don't get me wrong, the Baltimore Ravens are a little healthier. They have been winning some games of late. They're live for the division. But we just saw them lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the bank. Now the Patriots coming in fresh off an embarrassing 21-point lead collapse against the Buffalo Bills. I think this is just a tough spot for the Baltimore Ravens. Don't get me wrong. Can we not show up in prime time? Possibly. But I feel like after suffering that embarrassing second half collapse, I think we're gonna come out firing all cylinders. I think you saw it against the Buffalo Bills. We came out firing. Defense was flying. Offense was hitting. Running game was strong. Special teams was doing this thing. We started the game 21-0 against the Buffalo Bills. We both know who's the better team, Buffalo or Baltimore. I think we'll be able to start the game, maybe not 21-0 though, but I think we're able to start at least scoring our first 2 possessions. I expect us to dominate time of possession early on. I expect Travion Henderson to be the lead back. And after that, I think Mike Vrabel is going to tell the team seize the moment. We can't let Lamar Jackson, beat us with his legs. We got to contain him. We saw Josh Allen last week beat us with his legs. I like Baltimore. We both have faith in Baltimore. The season ends on Sunday night. Give me the New England Patriots. Give me the +3, and also think they're live on the money line.
I'll pull a quote from you. It's hard to disagree with anything you say because it's a classic bounce back spot. I love the rivalry between Mike Vrabel and John Harbaugh. Who has more rings? Mike Vrabel has 3 rings. So let's not forget, Mike Vrabel's a champion now.
And real quick, who knows Derrick Henry better than anybody in the NFL? It's
Mike
Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, yeah. No, I agree. I'll say this. I'm taking the Patriots. Taking the Patriots, but I will say I think the Ravens can have success here.
Question.
Yeah.
Do the Ravens deserve to be favorites?
Yeah, I would say so. Just based on home environment. You get 2 points in the market. I don't know if I'd favor them by 2.5. I'd probably favor them by like a pick 'em, but they deserve to be favorite. And I think, like you said, they are getting favorite. It is Lamar Jackson.
Tell you this, if it was a 1:00 game, it would be 1.5. I think that Sunday night aspect of things.
Prime time standalone game at the bank, the crowd is going to be rocking. It's going to be a tough environment.
And not for that, kind of a must-win game.
Oh, it's 100% a must-win game, and we saw how desperate the Bills were, which is why I backed them. I think they're gonna have success moving the ball. Maybe not running it so much because the Patriots are a good run-stopping defense.
Number 1 in the NFL.
But I do think Lamar is going to be able to move the ball. Now, will they win? They haven't had much success winning this season, so it's hard to put any faith at that. But watching so many games at the bank, it is a tough place to go out on primetime and lose. Lamar doesn't lose many primetime games like that. But I do think the Patriots are the more complete and better team. So I will take the Patriots here, but I do think the Ravens will be able to move the ball. All right, kid, let's get to it. Lock dog, teaser, and player props. We'll start with your lock. What are we feeling here for Sunday or Saturday if you want it?
Yeah. With the lock, kind of a few places I could have went, but I was like, you know what? I think this team is gonna prove at least something. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals -4 against the Dolphins. Like I said, they got embarrassed last week against the Ravens. I think offensively, I think they show up. I think Joe Burrow has possibly one of his better games, if not his best game of the season. We saw Jamar Chase have over 120 yards last week. Now T. Higgins comes back this week. I expect the offense to flow a little better. Mike Gesicki's been doing his thing. Chase Brown as well. So if the defense could just play okay, average, I think Cincinnati blows out the rookie. I think Joe Burrow outplays the rookie by a mile. Give me the -4 with the Bengals.
Yeah, I hinted at it earlier. Give me JJ McCarthy. He's about to tear this fucking team apart. He's going to be 3-0 in his last 3, and all the haters are going to come back here and say, oh, it was the Giants, this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter. He's ending the season strong, proving all the doubters wrong like yourself. So I'm going to take the Vikings here, -2.5 on the road. Let's go, JJ. What do you got for your dog of the week?
Dog of the week, like I said, it's multiple ways I could go. I could easily go with my New England Patriots for the dog, but I feel like that's just it couldn't be. I feel like I can't go there. Give me the Carolina Panthers, dog of the week. I have faith in Tampa, but Tampa's 1-4. I mean, 1-4 in their last 5. I like what I saw from the offense last week with Mike Evans and McMillan back, but the defense is the issue. I think Carolina right now is just slightly the better team. slightly the better team. I think the defense is honestly playing at a little higher level right now as well. If Bryce Young doesn't turn the ball over, I don't expect him to light him up. He might go out there and throw for 160 passing yards, but he might throw 2-3 tutties. Give me the Panthers, dog of the week, plus 136 on the money line.
I was gonna. By the way, I almost picked the Bears for my lock. I almost picked the Bears. And I like the Panthers here as well as my dog, but gonna switch it up. I'll take something different. Give me the Chargers, where you're like, do you think hey, if do you think the Ravens should be this favorite? I think the wrong team is favored in this one. I think the Chargers are the better team. I think they should go out there and win comfortably against this bad defense, and I just think it's gonna be difficult for the Cowboys to move the ball on this defense. So yeah, give me Chargers here on the money line plus 114. What do you got for your teaser?
I'm back at it with a 3-way teaser. Might be the last one of the year. I'm letting you know right now, it might be the last one of the year, Till, but I'm confident in this one. Love this one a lot. I know I say this often. 3-way, 6-point teaser. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles down to -1. I think we got to start right there. Give me the Eagles down to 1. They're going to take care of business at Washington, right? Give me the Chargers to +8. If they lose, they'll lose a close one. I highly doubt they'll lose more than 4. Give me the Chargers to +8. Give me the Patriots to +9. Ooh, they all love my teaser. Patriots to +9, Chargers to +8, Eagles to -1. If this one don't hit, last teaser of the year. Last 3-way teaser of the year.
So I'm giving you the +8.5 here with the Chargers as well. Because it was plus.
I'll take the hook.
For me, I agree with the first one. I'm going to take the Eagles down to -1 here against Washington. Lions, I hinted at it earlier, from 6.5 to -0.5. Usually I know we don't do this, but I did it last time and it worked. Give me the Monday night game. Give me San Francisco down from -5.5 to +0.5. I think they take care of the Colts here as well in a must-win scenario. We'll break down and preview that game on Sunday. But yeah, give me 49ers +0.5, Eagles -1, and the Lions -0.5. 3-way 6-point teaser plus 140 as well. And kid, let's go on over to the prop of the week, and it is brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research all your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now. That's DREAM25. Sign up with the monthly subscription. Use our code, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Okay, what is your prop for Week 16?
We're going back to the well, Dill. I mentioned him earlier. He's coming back. Give me T. Higgins over 56.5 receiving yards at -113. When will they learn to stop disrespecting? I'm going to say it. The whole old great T. Higgins. 56.5 is just such a low number. His total should always be around 65 to 72. I feel like T. Higgins is always live with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on the opposite side to have 70+ receiving yards. Give me T. Higgins over 56.5 receiving yards, -113. And I think he's live for anytime touchdown as well. I expect a big game in Miami.
Let's head out to the desert. I'm going to take Bijan Robinson over 37.5 receiving yards here. I think it's a great matchup against a bad defense in a dome. Kirk Cousins does a lot of checkdowns. We hit on Kyle Pitts last week. We're going to hit on another receiver in Bijan Robinson. He went for 82 last week against Tampa Bay. He's gone over this number in 3 of his last 5 games. I think this is a really good spot against a really bad defense. So, yeah, give me Bijan Robinson over 37.5 receiving yards. He's averaging 49 receiving yards on the year as well. So, like this matchup as well. Kid, let's get into the college playoffs. I am on Oklahoma. I think it just started. By the way, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua starts at 8:00 as well. You gonna watch that on Netflix?
The card or their fight?
No, their fights. The card starts at 8. So they probably won't come on to like 11, 12.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm
Anthony,
up,
Anthony Joshua
if I'm
should knock
up,
him out.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. Do I plan on standing up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight?
You're a
No.
Jake Paul guy. Be honest. You're a Jake Paul
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. No, I'm not against Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is as of today should be taken as a serious boxer. You know, is he as good as he thinks he is? No, but I think he has at least earned the respect that he is. You know, a first class boxer. He takes the sport serious, and hate it or love it, he's elevating the sport and changing it.
Oh, I agree.
In front of our eyes,
And he's getting the bag.
And he's getting the bag, and he's not just getting the bag for himself. He's getting the bags for fighters all over. We just saw him promote and host the first ever women's card a couple months ago on Netflix.
Yeah, he's doing a lot for women's boxing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so like I hate him or love him. I think Jake Paul is literally changing boxing in front of our eyes, and I think it might be for the better good.
Anthony Joshua by knockout in over 2.5 rounds. That's the play.
I like over 2.5 rounds. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They're going 8?
12. If it goes, yeah.
Over 2.5? That's the line?
Yeah, minus 140. He's an Olympic gold. He's an Olympic gold medalist,
bro. Jake Paul's been training for like 8 years.
But
like
he's been training his whole life.
Cause I understand that, but we're not about to deny that Jake Paul doesn't put his time and effort into boxing. Jake Paul trains
but there's a difference between he's a heavyweight world champion.
I'm not denying that.
He's not a champion at all. Yeah, you could take this sport
but that's
serious.
The thing, because Jake Paul's a better boxer than you're thinking he is.
No, I think Jake Paul's a great boxer. But this isn't.
I think he's gonna compete in there for more than 2.5 rounds. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see. I mean,
Jake Paul's probably like 240 in there.
No, he's 216. He weighed in at.
Tonight he's gonna be 240.
Nah,
maybe like 225. 225.
And the other guy weighed in at 245. He's gonna be what, 260? I mean,
255. Yeah, 255 at least.
Crazy.
But I think Jake Paul could stay with him. I'm gonna say at least 4 to 6 rounds. And I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be shocked though if Jake Paul makes him take a knee. You know, I wouldn't be surprised Jake Paul.
All right, we go. This is the wrong show for this. This is crazy. All right. Let's go to the college playoffs. A&M laying 3.5 here against Miami, minus 154 on the money line. I talked about it with Colby and Mike Elko. 2 weeks to prepare against Cristobal. Yeah, I think Miami has some receivers, and I think they're good, and I think they deserve to be in the playoffs. I just think Texas A&M has one of the best offensive lines. I think they're going to be able to limit Miami, and I just trust Reed, Marcellus Reed over Carson Beck. I'm going to lay 3.5 here with A&M at home. You got anything for this game?
Dude, that's my only play for the weekend. They'll give me Texas A&M. I'm gonna lay the 3.5 here. I've been on Texas A&M for most of the year. I think, first of all, I think since the NIL, I think they've been one of the beneficiary schools from the NIL. But all seriousness, though, I think Texas A&M is one of these teams that's playing early on that has a chance to compete and win the national title in my eyes. I'm gonna lay the 3.5 here, and I think the Texas A&M has a chance to make a run overall.
Yeah, they're a really good fucking football team. Ole Miss rematch against Tulane. Ole Miss laying 17.5 plus 610 for Tulane. Total is 57.5. I gotta take Tulane here. I mean, it's just too many points. I think Ole Miss is gonna miss some of the play calling from Lane Kiffin as well. I think the offense is gonna take a hit. They should win the game. But 17.5 against John Sumrall, who wants to go out with the bang. I gotta take the green wave. I just think it's too many points here. And then the last game is Oregon against James Madison. Oregon's laying 20.5. James Madison is 12-1. Total is 45.5. I'm not touching it. Gun to my head, I probably would lay it. I know it's a huge number, but everyone I talk to, everyone that is on Twitter, everyone I text, oh, what are you betting this game? Everyone is on Oregon here, which worries me, kid. You know, I like to fade the public. I like to zig when other people are zagging. But you mentioned A&M. I think there are 4 teams that could win the national championship. I think it's Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, and I think Oregon is a really fucking good team with Dan Lanning. So I would lay it. I know it's huge. I know it scares people off, but I just think they're so fucking good. Do you have any opinion on those 2 games?
Not really, just because, I haven't really watched both of them for the majority of the year. I think Ole Miss advanced. Do I want to lay the 17.5? Absolutely not. But I think Ole Miss advances, and yeah, I think Ole Miss advances. I think Ole Miss definitely goes around, and I think they lose round 2.
By the way, real quick, there are FCS games and the playoffs are going on. I think they're in the semifinals right now. 2 games, Montana versus Montana State. I'm going to take Montana State here, laying the 5.5. In Illinois State versus my sister's alma mater, Villanova. Do not tell her. I'm going to lay the 2 with Illinois State. I'm going to fade Villanova here. Villanova's been on a Cinderella run, though. I'll say that. They've been a very fun team to watch. But I'm going to take Illinois State here, minus the 2. Okay, let's head over to the NBA. Crazy. The Nets have more wins than the Clippers, Pacers, Wizards, Pelicans, and Kings.
I know it's not good. Some of those teams got to step it up because the Brooklyn Nets will be going over 19.5 wins.
They got 7.
We do this, but maybe it's the recipe. Maybe just being the 5th or 6th worst record lands you the first overall pick, because that's been the trend as of late. Maybe it's the 10th best odds. But some of these other teams needs to step it up, though. I agree.
What do you like
Shout out
Saturday?
10
games slate.
I love the slate, even though we get some football on, college and NFL, but pretty good slate. You got Phoenix, Golden State rematch. I took Golden State yesterday. They lost. I'm gonna lay the 5.5 here. I'm gonna double dip. I'm gonna lay the 5.5 here with Golden State. I'm gonna lay the 10 with the Detroit Pistons, even though I rarely lay double digits. The Pistons are whacking. I think the Pistons might be your biggest threat for the New York Knicks out the East. Still, realistically, as of right now.
5.
Nah, come on. Let's just be real. Dill. Houston marquee game of the day. Houston Rockets taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets just been rolling. Give me the Denver Nuggets minus 118 on the money line. Houston lost 2 straight. I think Denver right now it's just rolling. Like I said, it's just rolling. Phoenix taking on the Dallas Mavericks. 76ers taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The only reason kind of a little worried about taking the 76ers tomorrow is because they're playing the Knicks tonight. Are we going to see Embiid and company go all out and then sit tomorrow against the Mavericks? I think that's the scenario we're going to go. So I'm going to just stay away. But if everybody double dips and plays tomorrow, though, I'm going with the 76ers. Another good game. Boston Celtics taking on the Toronto Raptors. And not for nothing, I think the Raptors deserve to be the favorites. Give me the Raptors plus 105 on the money line. Kind of surprised they're dogs here, but respect the Celtics. They're still a very solid team. And then the last game, I'm a touch. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm gonna lay the 4 here. The Clippers are just atrocious. One of the worst teams in the league. The Nets got more wins than them. Come on. And I'll lean the 4.5, minus 4.5 with the Magic taking on the Utah Jazz. I just don't want to lay the 4.5 here. Maybe it was 2.5, 1.5, but I wouldn't be surprised Utah could keep it close.
All right, kid. Well, good luck. Schedule for next week. We will. I think it's just regular, right? Wednesday and Friday.
They'll, I start that new thing. So Wednesday we should be perfectly.
Okay.
Friday we're gonna have to work on Friday, but everything else should be good. I think
right.
Friday's the only day.
All right. Well, enjoy the games this week. Should be a really fun slate of college football and the NFL. Make sure you guys remember Saturday we got 2 games as well. So enjoy the games. Good luck with all your bets, and we will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.